I think we may have found the most unflattering hat in the world.
But it's kind of necessary because today we're here in Ivrea. This is the coolest festival I've ever been to in Italy. And we're here because we want to show you this thing that they have. It's called the Battle of the Oranges. So this is a part of their wider Carnivale celebrations. They have all kinds of foods and events going on. But today, one thing that they have that's really, really special is something called Battle of the Oranges. So it's like an amazing food fight with just oranges. You have these teams that are in these plazas and they're just pelting oranges at these people driving around in like this horse-drawn carriage, and they're wearing medieval armor. It's pretty amazing.
Don't give it all away. Leave some for a surprise.
Yeah.
The struggle is real.
That looks stupid?
Yes.
Okay.
But we all look stupid.
Yeah, well, you got to wear these things. Apparently, if you're not wearing these things, then you're going to get hit with oranges.
Even more so.
Even more so. So, yeah. How do I look now?
As good as it can be. Just to give you an idea, this is one of the plazas, and all of these are oranges. Just full.
This is the orange for scale.
And this is one of them. I don't know how many tons of oranges they go through. So this festival's for 3 days, right?
3 days, yeah.
Leading up to Ash Wednesday. So this town of Ivrea has a population of about 22,000 people, but for this carnival alone, I think I read online, about 100,000 visitors come. So it can get very crazy, so we really hope to show that on camera and kind of capture the chaotic, the madness, and the fun. This is definitely one of those typical classic Italian towns that's, what'd you say, like over 2,000 years old? It seems like so many places in Italy are just probably about 2,000 years old. And we're literally on like an island around by a moat. So we're walking around trying to kind of see the town and look at the old buildings. And they're just drums and people dressed up in medieval outfits everywhere. It literally feels like we teleported back in time.
It's one of the great things about Italy in general is that they love to keep their traditions alive. Even a festival like this, which had to be resurrected after some time, it still feels like you've stepped back in time to the medieval era,
yeah,
where people are continuing on those traditions.
Yeah, and literally the whole town dresses up. Like the 22,000 people that live here, I was telling Vernon, it literally feels like a giant play, and we're just like, we're a part of it. It's so cool. And this town is super beautiful. It's a little cold. It's still February. So it depends, I guess, on the year when it happens, but this is a must. Like, this is probably one of our favorite festivals in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so they're about to do a procession where they bring the king's head after the miller's daughter cut it off, and they're gonna roll it off of the bridge here. This is like the old bridge in the town. It's been here since Roman times. It's obviously not a real head. It's like a rock that kind of symbolizes the king's head, but they do it every year, and it's really cool.
What do you think about the festival so far?
I think it's incredibly packed with a lot of people who are extremely excited. And it's really cool because everybody's taking part in sort of like celebrating when the king's head got thrown over the bridge.
He like backhanded it too.
Yeah, he threw it like right over his head, so it was pretty cool. But it seems like a lot of people like seeing this kind of stuff.
I mean, we like seeing it so much that we drove almost 500 kilometers one way to see this festival. So in order to protect the buildings from oranges, they set up where they will be throwing oranges, these nets. And also, if you don't want to get thrown at, you can also hide behind some of the nets. They have designated areas. I will see if we'll get hit by oranges today or not.
I'm kind of hoping we do. I mean, it would make for a better video.
I think the other thing we didn't mention is the whole city here smells like oranges. The whole town. It's really overwhelming.
Yeah, it kind of smells like the cleaning department in a grocery store.
So there are 9 teams, and I think there are 5 or 6 different areas where there will be like the major of the fights. So we have to now decide which team we want to be a part of, technically, which square, because the thing is, realistically, you won't be able to see all of them because they're all happening simultaneously. Last time we were here, I think we were in the main one, and we saw the 2 oldest, like the spades, and something like the death one, the skeleton. So those 2 are the oldest teams. But I don't know if this year we want to stick to the same team or if we're going to go to a new square.
I'm not entirely sure. I think we're just going to end up finding the one that's least crowded and just kind of sticking there because it's probably the least stressful way of kind of showing you everything.
You can't have an Italian festival, of course, without having some street food, and we're starting off our first bite with a good porchetta sandwich. The bread is super soft. It is huge. I think this was like €8. So of course you're gonna pay a little bit more at the festival. But it's so good.
So the other sandwich that we just had, it was good, but it didn't really completely hit the spot. So we walked past another booth here and we got something called a walking pork, which I guess is just a bunch of sliced smoked pork with these French fries and stuff. So we're gonna try this.
I see all the people that are about to be throwing all the oranges gearing up, so they're getting all their fuel.
Whoa, oh. This is really good, perfectly cooked, and there's a ton of herbs on here. Not spicy, they don't do spicy here, but the herbs are really good.
Another cool thing about these types of festivals in small towns in the middle of nowhere is they have their own beer. Ooh, that is a very beery beer. What do you call it? Very hoppy.
So this is one of those artisanal beers, and it was either this one or a red one, and I feel like red beers are always like much more intense, so I decided to go with the blonde one.
But this does go well with the porchetta and the French fries. The atmosphere, I don't know if you guys can hear, it sounds like they have like Italian rock, like those punk music bands.
One of the other things I think is worth pointing out is this is still a Carnivale festival. So most people know about Carnivale because of Venice, and they know about the masks and the outfits that they have and stuff like that. But when you go to these smaller towns throughout Italy, they do Carnivale celebrations a little bit different. And I guess this one has the, you know, they battle the oranges, they have all of the medieval stuff and the processions, and of course the amazing food. But it's just worth keeping in mind that not everybody celebrates Carnivale the same way. So it probably seems really, really wasteful to throw a bunch of oranges at each other just for the sake of a festival. But from what I remember reading, these are not grown to be eaten. These are probably oranges that get rejected in some way, and they're just made for this festival specifically. So yeah, not really a waste. Also, these are a lot softer than oranges that you buy at the grocery store. So if you get hit with them, it's not like you're getting hit with a rock. And as we said earlier, it's like 50-something degrees outside. So it's kind of warm. These aren't frozen in any way. So yeah, it's not that bad.
So as you can see, literally if you miss one parade, don't worry, there's going to be another parade. And like we said earlier, literally the whole town participates. There are flags, banners, flyers, everything everywhere.
Especially people. There's people everywhere too. Sometimes it's actually kind of hard because if you're walking through one of the processions as it's going one way, it's going to be hard to go through that way. So you either have to go off to the side or you have to find another way around. It's pretty insane.
Everyone here is super friendly, so feel free to take pictures, video, and whatever. It is very, very relaxed here, very crazy. It honestly feels like a giant house party.
Yeah, some of the people look really, really intimidating because of all the crazy gear and stuff that they're wearing, but they're actually really, really nice people. Nobody has said no to me once when I was taking pictures.
Just a casual horse.
A little before 2 o'clock, you're gonna start seeing the teams prepping all the oranges. Everyone's getting excited, everyone's super happy, and they cannot wait to start the battle. We also noticed when you're officially a member of one of the teams and this is your first battle, you kind of have to go through an initiation process, which looks like this. Also, make sure to wear very good shoes. Don't be like us and wear sneakers. After intense 20 minutes or so, we decided to go take the break and check out the other piazzas and see how they're fighting.
2 hours later.
Honestly, that is the craziest festival. the busiest festival I think I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah, I mean, not only the food, the people, but that Battle of the Oranges is like the craziest thing I've ever seen. Nothing even comes close to it. Maybe the one in Spain, something like that, where they throw tomatoes and stuff at each other.
We haven't been to that one yet. How many times did you get hit?
Once, right in my eye. I don't know if it was like direct or if it bounced off of something and hit me, because I was taking a lot of pictures and I'm shooting like this and I'm trying to like block any oranges that hit me in the face. So I think I hit only once.
I went all the way to the front because I wanted to record it for you guys, and I was just standing there with my hoodie. I got hit like 20 sometimes. My shoes are destroyed. My pants are destroyed. I smell like orange, and we have to drive the next 4.5 hours smelling like 2 oranges. So this should be fun. But yeah, hopefully you stay tuned for future adventures, future travels over Italy, and subscribe and comment.
Ciao.
Ciao.